get the diesel out, and I'm almost there.
So explain why you have to get diesel out of the fuel tank.
Because my wife put diesel in a red gas tank and didn't tell me.
We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
I am taking Ray out for a morning walk. Temperature is now about 30 degrees and it feels quite cold. But the reason I am bringing her out now and I'm making it a point to do so is because we're expecting to get very strong winds today and throughout tonight. So she's not going to be going for a walk later on because I don't want to walk her when we have 80-mile-an-hour gusts. That is still what is forecasted. So we'll see if that is in fact what we get. But taking her out now, and then I just have plans for indoor projects and a lot of work on the computer today. Yeah, no, I'm not going up there. The rocks are icy. I don't have claws. Come on, sweets. Ready to go in, little one? Ready? Let's go. Here you go. Well, we had crazy winds all night. We did not sleep upstairs in the loft because you could just feel the force of the winds so much more. So we made the bed downstairs on the pull-out couch and did our best to sleep. We did not get very good sleep last night, but all is okay. And it's indoor project time again. The wind is not so bad today. We're getting gusts like 50 miles an hour as opposed to in the 80s as it was last night. But I need to make some more fire starters, so I got my supplies here. Hi, cutie. Hi, little one. Let me see what this is. You smell the beeswax from the last time? Smells good, huh? Last year, we received this awesome gift of fire starters. Now, these fire starters were made with wax and wood shavings in a cupcake liner, but they were a normal cupcake size, and that was a little bit of an overkill for our tiny wood stove. So I decided to try making these on my own last year, and they worked out great. So I am making a new batch. And because we utilize the wood ash from our tiny wood stove either into our compost or straight into the garden bed, we make sure that the wax we're using is natural beeswax so it doesn't contain any fragrance, and we're not using anything that is a byproduct or some kind of a synthetic wax because we don't want that in our food. With the weather forecast showing us that it would be at least another week until we had fully sunny skies, Ruben decided it would be best, in our interest, to bring the generator over and give it a good test, since it's been close to a year since we've actually fired it up.
I flooded it. I'm just burning off the excess fuel.
So we're charging at 1500 watts. And the batteries will be full in 3 hours. Somebody just needed to wake up.
It was a rough night. So it's definitely a coffee morning for you?
I'm sorry, my love?
Yes to coffee?
Yes, please. Why are you biting so hard?
She's got cabin fever. She hasn't been out for a walk in days.
Yeah.
This is day 4 of the wind.
Yeah, this is not fun.
I was dreaming about windstorms. And I was like, oh wait, this is not a dream.
I did not dream at all. It was literally just...
I think this is why people don't have 2-story homes here.
That's a fact.
Well, we're on day, I don't know, of this wind and dark, cloudy skies. And yeah, we just had more sustained wind last night of in the 30s and 40s. So we didn't sleep well again, but it is what it is. We're okay. Everything structurally is fine. No infrastructure of ours is compromised, at least that we know of. There are some dead trees that have fallen, but nothing near anything that is of major importance to us. But we have been quite a few days without any sunshine whatsoever, and the batteries are now below 50%. So we did get confirmation last time that we can dip as low as 20%. So thank you for that reassurance. But Ruben has a long day at work today, and I'm likely to be using the power a little bit more heavily today. So just to be safe, we are going to power up the generator and try and charge us up as much as possible. Now, Ruben did power up the generator. It's working fine. It charged us up to a comfortable spot, but now we just want to get us back up to 100%. That way we can ride out the next few days A-okay.
I need you to keep an eye on the batteries as this is going on, because I want to make sure that if we have any kind of emergency that needs power, that we have it when we need it.
And then when I turn it off, do you want me to adjust the choke again, or just turn off the knob?
Just turn the knob off, and then once it dies, you disconnect the cord and just pull it into the shredder.
This is going to turn on, and then it's going to go into bulk. So this is going to turn into the charger, and it's going to bypass that. How many watts it's going to plug them in? It's going to average 1500. When you log into the Rec BMS, the Rec BMS is going to send a notification to this system right here if there's an issue. Okay. But there is nothing wrong, so fine. The board.
and we are at 100%. And we're actually getting a little bit of sunlight coming through the clouds today. So maybe we'll maintain a little charge for the afternoon. I have a cat hat. How's this look for me?
Looks great.
Hey, it looks like they got a Christmas tree. Well, we both have cabin fever from just being,
Cooped up in the house.
well, and then you at the
Constant
shop.
work.
He's been inside the whole time. It's been cold. So we decided we're gonna get out, get some fresh air, and we came up about 800 feet from where our living situation is to play in the snow.
With the cat. Let's see what the cat does.
What is this? She does not know what to make of it.
Exactly.
Never been in this much snow before.
I'm just using your cursor.
Feels good out here.
It does. The sun poking out. Well, it's easier for me to take the truck bed off than to drop the tank. I gotta get the diesel out, and I'm almost there.
So explain why you have to get diesel out of the fuel tank.
Because my wife put diesel in a red gas tank and didn't tell me.
I told you I labeled everything with diesel with blue tape. But it's
Oh,
not
okay. When was this?
when we were borrowing the tractor.
Which was how many months ago?
I don't know, it doesn't matter. There was blue tape on it.
No.
Yep, still applies.
No.
There was still blue tape on it.
No.
Yep. Still applies.
No.
Who didn't have a diesel jerry can? Why did I have to put blue tape on it?
Well, I got you a diesel jerry can now, okay?
Now, after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Almonds in this spaghetti.
Almonds in the damn spaghetti. Diesel in the Dodge.
So just to clarify, when we borrowed the tractor, I needed to go get diesel to fill it back up because I couldn't drive the tractor over to the gas station. And all we have are these red jerry cans. So I told Ruben, hey, the two marked with the blue painter's tape, those have diesel. Well, we didn't need to use this diesel for anything since, so somebody forgot. And I didn't know he was filling up the Dodge. So even though you think you mark things properly, just get the right color jerry can. It's got the, I think it's yellow around here somewhere, but these still have diesel in them, so we've got to use it up. Otherwise, this could happen again.
All four corners are gonna get chained up, and then I'm gonna use my hoist to lift the bed up and hopefully not damage anything. I actually was able to bench press the bed off the back of the truck. So this should work.
Bench press? Seriously?
Yeah. The shocks are blown, the springs are shot, so yeah. There's gonna be a lot more work on this than I expected. So this right here is the fill neck gasket.
It was.
Yeah, it was. This is my fuel vapor vent. And that goes to the evaporative emissions canister that is in the front of the engine. When you fill this tank all the way full, fuel exits this little vent right here, and fuel exits this little area right here. I was under the impression that all I needed to do was siphon the diesel out and that would be it, but no, I am seeing multiple repairs that need to be done, so I still have to drop the tank. This sucks.
This is a direct result of putting diesel in.
No, absolutely no.
Okay. So.
But I could blame it on the diesel, could I? Could I? No.
Hey, I put blue tape on there. It's not my fault you're colorblind.
Exactly.
If we look at things in the positive spin, it was good that diesel was accidentally put in the fuel tank. Otherwise, you would not know that all of this would need to be.
Eventually, I would have, but yes.
Accentuate the positive.
Plus, it's easier to work on. It's easier to work on. Everything's right here now.
That's true. And then in the meantime, we got a hillbilly hot tub right here.
Hey, right. What we are going to be doing is, now that we're in this level of torn apart, we're going to be replacing these springs. These springs are way, way too soft. And if we were to put anything over, let's say 1,000 pounds, yeah, these shocks would actually invert and become a bigger problem. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking crazy. So that one has 4 leaves in the spring, and this one only has 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 3 leaf springs. So New leaf springs. Front pinion seal is leaking on the differential.
You weren't expecting to do this all right away.
I was not. And it's become a bigger project than I expected. Okay. So as you can see, the bed is still up. I was able to fix the fuel level sensing unit, which was one of the main reasons why I wanted to drop the tank, besides the diesel. And I got 99% of the diesel out, so now it's running fine. I was able to order the grommets for the fuel tank filler neck, so that's actually coming in on Tuesday. And I have it idling fine, but it's smoking. It's burning oil during deceleration. So for all my wonderful mechanic friends out there, we all know what that means. Dun, dun, dun. Either I have blown piston rings or I have worn out valve guides and valve stem seals. Neither one is fun, but if I have to do the valve stem seals, well, you might as well do the cylinder head valves. And if you're going to take the cylinder heads off, you might as well take the pistons out and rebore it and put a big stroker kit in it and put a big turbo on the side. You know, just the little things, you know?
Well, the two bomb cyclones are behind us. I learned a new term this past week, as I think a lot of people did, that the Fujiwara effect. So that was, in this case, where two bomb cyclones are basically doing the tango with one another across the dance floor, which was the Pacific Ocean and the western side of the Pacific Northwest side of the United States. So the first bomb cyclone that hit was the more intense one for us. That one, we had sustained winds for quite a few days between 30 and probably 45, 50 miles an hour. With the gusts for that first one, we were upwards of 80 miles an hour. And that was not fun. Now, our house is tied down. We have hurricane ties, so there's no fear of, Dorothy in Oz kind of a thing happening. But as you can see behind me, we have quite a bit of open pasture. This is the land that we acquired, which will come in handy later, but we're not there yet. However, the wind comes from that direction, and there's nothing blocking that wind from hitting the house. So when those gusts hit, it is quite the intense feeling inside. In fact, a couple of times it sort of felt like a little tremor. It felt like a 4.0 earthquake where, the water in your cup kind of rattles in the glass. But we were safe, we were okay, just sleeping wasn't fun when all that was happening. But we made it through. We did not really get too much in the way of snow. It was mostly rain and all of that wind. But the areas around us that are a little bit higher in elevation, they got hit really, really hard. Power lines down, trees down. Of course, the interstate was just shut down, especially near the two passes. Truck stops were affected where people could not get fuel, gas stations, et cetera, et cetera. So it was a tough few days for people up in this area. We just hunkered down. The worst of it was our internet was terrible. So working for me was very slow. Ruben still went into work, but he was fortunately not having to work outside in the elements nor go on any emergency calls. So we were safe. We were good. We were just kind of waiting for the bomb cyclone number 1 to pass. And then, of course, we had a little rest, and then we found out that the second one was coming, but that second one did not hit us too hard, so that is good. I do know that Oregon and especially Washington got hit very, very hard, so hopefully everybody is doing okay up there. We have family up there, checked in with them. They're all okay, but I know everybody's likely very happy that this has passed, and hopefully everybody gets to have a very safe and happy Thanksgiving week with loved ones and family. Well, we did not get a lot done here project-wise on the property, but the weather brought a very eventful week, to say the least. But we're just happy to be warm and safe, and even though we lost a little sleep, it could have been so much worse. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And hopefully next week we'll have some good updates for you on what's happening around here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Floor.
Start again. Sorry. Say it again.